Hello there, welcome to another episode of the Allotment Dram. This is a series of short videos where we sit and talk about different whiskies in the surroundings of our North London allotment, and join me on what's been a lovely afternoon, actually quite warm. You know, we're talking like 17, 18 degrees maybe today, and you know, quite sunny until about half an hour ago when I was starting to think about kicking off this video, but yeah, you know, it's clouded over a bit now, but still lovely, and things are starting to grow as well, so it's really feeling like spring is starting to gather some pace. But well, that's all very interesting. I'm sure most of you didn't tune in to hear about any of that stuff, although I know some of you do like to hear it. Most of you tuned in to hear about some whiskey, of course. And what is the Allotment Dram today, I hear you ask? Well, it's the GLENDRONACH Ode to the Dark, and this is part of a trio of whiskies. We've actually reviewed the other two, so I'll hopefully, if I remember, I'll put the links to the other two like in the comments underneath, or the description underneath. But yeah, part of a trio of whiskies that were launched sort of late November, early December last year, and it's called the Masters Anthology. And this is created by Dr. Barrie, who's the master blender for GLENDRONACH, and she basically has pushed very cleverly pushed the GLENDRONACH spirit in three different directions. So you have Ode to the Dark here, which is the richest one, and this has been matured in 100% ex Pedro Jimenez sherry cask. So this very sweet, sticky, almost dessert-like style of sherry, and all of them have sherry cask influence. I mean, that's what GLENDRONACH is known for. But this one, you know, it's quite unusual to get 100% ex sherry cask. 100% ex Pedro Jimenez cask. So this is what we've got here. So very much looking forward to that. Then you have Ode to the Valley, which celebrates the distillery's home. You know, it sits in a small valley. The name GLENDRONACH actually means Valley of the Brambles. Yeah, that's been matured in ex-sherry and ex-port casks. And then you've got Ode to the Embers, which is a very rare, actually, sort of peaty, smoky version of GLENDRONACH, which they make for a small time each year, and normally it's not smoky at all, you know, nowhere near it. But and even some years they don't actually make any peated spirits. So yeah, she's put together these whiskies. The Ode to the Embers, by the way, is matured in Oloroso and Pedro Jimenez sherry cask. And then, of course, just to round up, as I say, you've got Ode to the Dark, which is in 100% ex Pedro Jimenez sherry cask. So yeah, all going in different directions, and yeah, this seems to have been going really well. We've had a great response to our posts on the website with our tasting notes, and we've had great response to the two other videos. So yeah, check those out, and as I say, if I remember to put the links, then I will. But what else? I should probably tell you, what have we got here? The Ode to the Dark. This is bottled at 50.8% and is non-chill filtered and natural colour, as all the other two are as well. They're all bottled at different strengths, and you know, sort of you listen to Rachel Barrie, and she very much puts things at what she thinks is the best strength. So this explains why you've got the sort of, you know, 50.8 here. She would have tried it at strengths higher and lower to come to this sort of final drinking strength, as it were. But yeah, 50.8%. It's available at the moment in UK and Germany, definitely, and then it was planned to get a wider world release sort of throughout 2025. So I would say, you know, wherever you're watching this in the world, if you're interested, then check out your local market and see what's what. It might be there by now, to be honest. And it'll cost you what, 77, 78 pounds, something like that. So I checked this morning, and that seemed to be what most people were selling it for. So I think that's probably quite enough chat, isn't it? We should get tasting and see what we've got. So let's pop the cork on this. you can see immediately just from the bottle that the dark colour is incredible. This sort of dark, almost brown sort of, you know, sort of coppery amber colour. Look at that, almost a sort of orangey brown russety sort of colour. Just pop that down a second. There we are. So let's have a smell and a taste. But yeah, look at that colour, quite incredible, really dark. Oh my goodness, wow. Yeah, this is super rich. Lots of sweetness, but then also a little savouriness underneath, which when you get good Pedro Jimenez sherry casks, this is what you often get. You get the sweetness, of course. So here we're talking, you know, there's plenty of dark chocolate, caramel, some dried fruits. So there's some very much like sort of plump raisins, prunes. Yeah, very nice. But you don't just get the sweetness, you get this sort of underlying savoury quality. So there's very distinct nuttiness here. It's like a dried, you know, like Brazil nut, walnut, maybe a bit of praline as well. But you've also got this savoury, like quite earthy quality. It's almost a bit, this sounds like a weird tasting note, and whenever I say it in whiskies like this, people sort of raise an eyebrow, or both eyebrows. But it's almost like a dried, like mushroom, almost like a porcini mushroom, just sitting in the background there, just giving like a wonderful depth of it. It's very enticing, so I think I really need to have a taste. Oh my, that's good. It's really quite thick, quite oily, viscous, almost quite chewy. It's got this like wonderful texture, mouth-coating texture. Yeah, you've got all these things like dark chocolate, maybe some milk chocolate in there as well. Maybe it's a bit lighter than that. But you've got the prunes. It's like brandy soaked, or you soak prunes in brandy or cognac, something like that. You've got plump raisin, you've got sultana, you've got again the Brazil and the walnut, the caramel. You've also got some black treacle or molasses. Yes, super deep, super complex, very, very good. And that 50.8 is just, it's almost accentuating or exaggerating some of those characteristics as well. But let's have another taste. Goodness me. Yeah, there's now starting to layer things on. There's now like a bitter orange, almost like a bitter orange, like really good marmalade. There's again all that caramel, the treacle, molasses, those dried fruits, the chocolate, but definitely now getting this like earthy, slightly mushroomy, like slightly damp earth, or sort of earthy, dusty spices sort of in there as well. Really very good. And everything just kind of almost like jigsawing together to create this whole sort of experience. You know, very, very good. I mean, actually we tasted all three of them now, and they're very, very good as a set. You know, they're really, really exquisite actually, and all three of them, as I said at the beginning, going in different directions. I think they've priced them quite well as well. You know, GLENDRONACH, you know, so one or two releases in the past have been criticised for the price, but or putting prices up on like core products or whatever. But I think they've done well with this, because they range from about what 60, 65ish up to this. This is the top one at sort of 77, 78 pounds. So, you know, Still a lot of money, but you know, relatively affordable, I would say. But yeah, very, very good. Well done to Dr. Rachel Barrie. You know, we love her work, and yeah, really, really, really nice. So I think probably we should leave you to get on to do whatever you were doing before you stumbled across this video. So, you know, from myself and the GLENDRONACH Ode to the Dark, we will bid you farewell, and we hope to see you again very soon for another Allotment Dram. Thanks for watching, and cheers.